Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today we're taking a look at the watch list for next week. These are going to be the best stocks and altcoins, crypto, whatever you want to call it, to buy next week off of this pullback this week. Before we jump into the watch list, though, I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on where do you guys think we are at right now in regards to the markets. You're looking at the cheat sheet. We reference this all the time here on the channel. Right, I can tell you right now, we're not in enthusiasm. We're not up here, and people aren't singing "Kumbaya" around the fire. But I would like to know your guys' opinion. If you guys are joining the live, let me know in the live chat where you guys think we're at. If you guys are watching the replay, drop a comment down below. Are we in the stealth phase? Are we in the awareness phase? Are we in the mania phase? Or are we in the blow-off phase? Okay, what phase do you guys think we're in? I'd love to hear your guys' input on this. Let me know what phase you think we're in and why down in the comments section. Do you think it's a buying opportunity right now? Do you think it's a time to sell? Do you think it's a time to cut losses? Let me know what you guys are thinking. All I know is we have been getting beat up over the last couple of weeks on a lot of the names, and we're going to get into why that is here in this episode. So we have the watch list for next week. There's only about 20 names on this list right now. What I really want to pay attention to today are the EMAs. I'm going to talk a lot about this EMA ribbon today, but I want to talk about the VIX first really quick. So the VIX is pushing up. We did have a red dot appear on this at the beginning of the week. You could see every time this thing comes back up here, typically what they say in the market, the general opportunity, the best time to buy stocks and assets, cryptocurrency, whatever you're investing into, is when the VIX, the VIX, this is the volatility index, when this is above 30. And you could see right here it closed at 31 today. You could see in the past that it shot up all the way up here to 60. But what they say is when it's at about 30 is when you should be buying, when you should be loading up on names you want to own for the long term. Again, we are not day traders here, guys. We are swing traders. We want to buy in turbulent times. We want to buy when things are bad. Right? In bear markets, Warren Buffett says it best, buy when there's blood in the streets. Okay? If you guys think we're in despair right now, right, we want to buy when there's blood in the streets. So when there's blood in the streets, it's not like everyone's excited. It's not like everyone's having a good time. It's not like everybody's singing Kumbaya around the fire, right? Despair is supposed to feel bad. It's not supposed to feel good, right? And markets always bottom. Nothing goes down forever. And what I could tell you, just by looking at some of these names, like let's just use Ethereum as an example. We've gone down for 7 months now, guys. I mean, since August. I mean, we've gone down for 7 or 8 months now, okay? And right now what we're doing on a lot of these crypto names is we're ranging, right? We're stuck in a range, just going sideways, just chopping around. So if you're going to ask me where I think we're at, I think we're in a stealth phase. We call it the smart money phase. So this is when things just range like this, okay? And I'm not talking about a day-to-day price action, right? Day-to-day, we're just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing a parabolic move to the upside or a parabolic move to the downside. We're ranging. And you could see that on the chart right here, right? You could see that we've just been stuck here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. I'm sorry, we're on a weekly chart. So again, sometimes markets go sideways like this. It'll just sideways, not do anything, not do anything, not do anything. Boom, big move up. Okay, but what I wanted to talk about on the VIX, again, when this thing is over 30, the general rule is this is when you should be buying. This is when there's been a big hit to the market. And I'm not saying this thing can't spike up to 60 or 70, okay, like it did here in April. But what I wanted to talk about the VIX was when this thing's up here at the highs, when the blue wave is up here, okay, on the VIX, the VIX, okay, that means prices are low. So this thing spiked up here last time, and you could see where the wave is right now, right? If I enlarge this up, when this wave is up here, the blue wave is up there above our white line on our trading indicator. Okay, that indicates that things are very volatile, right? We're in a very volatile market. But when we topped out on this on April 7th of last year, this was a generational wealth opportunity. Okay, let's go back to that chart of Ethereum, and you could see, again, the VIX, what did the VIX do? It topped out in April, it went up, and then it came down. Well, what did Ethereum and altcoins and stocks do? Okay, well, Ethereum was down here during that time. Ethereum bottomed on April 14th. I'm sorry, yeah, April 14th. The VIX, it topped out on the 14th. Okay, the red dot came on the 14th right there. So when this is up here, it's good to buy assets. It's a great time to buy assets. It doesn't mean we can't go lower. Okay, but it is generally a good time to buy assets if you are taking a long-term approach historically. So, and it's not just for crypto, right? We can look at Tesla. What was Tesla doing in April? Tesla was right here in April. Look where Tesla bottomed. Oh, bottom, went up. Okay, you could look at Microsoft. What was Microsoft doing in April? Oh, bottom, up. What was Amazon doing in April? Okay, oh, bottom, up. So the VIX, right, is up here right now, which tells us that we should be dollar cost averaging. We should be starting positions, okay? I know it's very volatile, okay? But realistically, if we look at a chart like Ethereum right now, okay, we haven't broke the low yet. We haven't broke support. Support was right here on February 2nd. You can see how you see that wick? That wick indicates that buyers are stepping in. Buyers stepped in at 1750 and said, nope, we're not going lower than this. So ever since that happened, we haven't moved, right? We've gone up and down and up and down, but we haven't seen this move, okay? This move right here. So as long as these names are down here below this white line, again, our strategy is very simple. We want to buy when this blue wave is down here, giving us green dots, okay? That is our weekly strategy, okay? You can see on Ethereum, again, 2023, 3 years ago, 1,600 all the way up to 4,000. Did that happen overnight? No, okay? But when it went up here, you can bet that the majority of people were saying, man, I wish I would have bought down here at 1,500 when everyone was freaking out and everybody was scared, okay? You only say you wish you would have bought down here up here. And until this time comes, okay, we should be planting seeds, right? If we're farmers, we look at ourselves as farmers. When the blue wave is down here, we are dollar cost averaging, okay? We are planting seeds, okay? This is planting season. This is harvesting season, okay? And it goes in waves. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down. We go up, we go down, okay? Right now, we're on the downswing, guys. It's not supposed to feel good right now. It's not supposed to feel good. This is where you want to quit. This is where you want to give up. This is where you want to, go try to find something else to do to get rich quick. But again, we're not here to get rich quick, okay? We're here to think about things logically and from a data perspective. Again, I'm never going to blow smoke at you guys. Everything I do is based on the chart, what the chart says. I am just here to present what the charts say. I'm not here to tell you when to buy or where to buy or what to sell or when to sell, okay? I'm here to present a logical strategy that we have mapped out over here in the trading rules that has proven to be pretty damn accurate over time, okay? Everything's based on logic, data, and discipline. If you guys are not familiar with our strategy, I'm going to talk about it today. I have a free course over here if you guys are new. And again, you guys can download all the indicators we're going to talk about today right here under the Trading Indicator tab. All you got to do is click this link, and everything's going to load right up into your account. Your screen is going to look exactly like my screen. So I got our watch list loaded up here. I will be taking some chart requests from the live chat if we can get this video to 100 likes by the time I'm done going over this list. So if you guys would, smash that like. If we can get to 100 likes by the time I log off the live, I will take some here from the live chat. I'm going to start with the VIX. So again, the VIX we're not watching. Okay, we're watching it. We're not going to buy the VIX up here. Okay, but just understand, when this prints a red dot in the next, I'm going to say 4 to 6 weeks, okay, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, when we get that, that's going to be our topping signal. That's going to be our bottoming signal for the market. Okay, and I think that's coming probably in April. I think April, we're going to get the Clarity Act, and I think things are going to take a turn. But historically, when this thing spikes up to 30, okay, it is a time to buy. Okay, it was a time to buy assets here in April. Again, if you guys were around in April, everyone was losing their minds, kind of like they are today. Okay, things were really bad. Things were really bad. Ethereum went from 4,000 all the way down to 1,500. Okay, talk about a despair dip. That was almost a 67% dip. Well, from the top of where we were right here in August, okay, to the bottom, 64%. So it's the same amount that we pulled back here in 2025, here in 2026. So again, the smart money, in my opinion, right now is loading up, right? They don't care about the 3-4% dips. We haven't moved in 2 months, okay? Look at that, 2,300 down there to 1,800. We're stuck. It's called ranging. Again, we're in that mode where we're just going sideways, and everyone's getting frustrated because everybody wants this, okay? Everybody wants this, including myself, okay? but we can't control the markets. We can't control what the market does. We can control our reaction to the markets. And I truly believe in the next 6 to 12 months, we're going to be really happy that we were buying here. Okay, that we were buying and holding, right? I don't know when this is coming, but I got a feeling it's going to be probably around September, October when we get back to the next top of the cycle. Okay, back up here. This move from April to August took 5 months. Okay, this wasn't a buy the green dot and then boom, we're rich overnight. No, it took from April to August. That was 5 months to hold from here to here. Okay, and that's just how we approach the markets. We're not day traders. If you guys want to day trade, this is not the channel. It's not the channel for you. Okay, we are swing traders here. We focus on a long-term time frame like the weekly and the monthly chart, and you'll learn all that in the course. So again, I am still long on Ethereum. I still have a very big position on it up above 1,700. Okay, if it breaks 1,700, all I'm going to do is wait for another dot to come, because a red dot will come if we break that $1,700, $1,800 level. But until that happens, we got to be bullish. This green dot is still valid. Okay, as long as the dot is green, we're bullish. If it flips the red like it did here in January, we have to have a plan to either stop out or buy more when it gets back to the bottom. Okay, if you believe Ethereum's going to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, okay, if you bought right here at 27 and you bought down here at 19 or 2,000, it's really not going to make a difference if we go all the way up here to 7,000. You're not going to care that much. Okay, so again, taking the long-term approach here. I still like Ethereum. That one is on the list. The VIX, again, I want to see the red dot here in the next couple of weeks. That once we print that red dot, I know it showed up this week, but once we print that red dot, I believe that's when the bottom is going to be in for a lot of these names. MSTZ, so this is the inverse ETF of MSTR. Okay, so this is just something we want to watch next week. If Bitcoin does decide to break, okay, again, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin as long as we hold 60,000, but if 60,000 breaks, okay, we got to brace for impact. Okay, again, I don't know if 60 is going to hold. I don't have a genie that can just pop up and tell me, but what I can tell you is a lot of buyers stepped in right here and bought this thing back up from 60. Again, that was the bottom in February. We haven't even broken that low. Again, we've just been ranging for the last 7-8 weeks. We've just been sideways. So again, I see a lot of people talking about we're dipping, we're not. Maybe on the day, yeah, we're red. But overall, on the macro chart, nothing's broken above 60K. As long as Bitcoin holds 60K, it looks good. But MSTZ is a short on MSTR. So it's how to short MSTR. So if MSTR rolls over, if Bitcoin goes down, MSTR is probably going to roll over, and MSTZ will go up. And it's actually putting in a pretty bullish looking pattern here. If this continues next week, it's going to be a real interesting weekend this weekend to see what crypto does, see if we bounce back. A lot of these names are trying to head for that support level. So again, as long as the dots are green, we got to be bullish. But if they flip the red, right, it's okay that we could say, okay, we got to revisit this, right? The only thing that invalidates a green dot is a red dot. And what comes after a red dot? Another green dot. So again, if you buy here, and sell here, it doesn't matter if you bought here or bought here, okay? What's important was you were planting seeds during this time, okay? We're planting seeds here. We're harvesting them here. But MSTZ is a short. So if you want to short Bitcoin, a way to short Bitcoin, if you think Bitcoin's going lower, see a lot of people saying Bitcoin's going lower, but it's easy to get on Twitter and say we're going lower, we're going lower, we're going lower. But a lot of the bears, they don't show their short positions, okay? If you think it's going lower, if you think, I've seen some people talking about the Discord that Bitcoin's going to 30K. If you think that, if you believe in that, if you believe that in your heart, if you think that's going to happen, you should have all your money on a short position on Bitcoin right now. All of it, okay? And unless you're shorting, don't tell me that you're short. Because it's easy to sit here and say something, but it's a whole nother story to actually put your money where your mouth is. Okay, so MSTZ is an interesting play. And again, we'll just watch Bitcoin on this, but I'll tell you right now, if Bitcoin breaks 60,000, we're going to get a capitulation probably down to 40 to 50,000. Okay, 50 would be the next level. But MSTZ is a good shorting option here if you're going to go short Bitcoin. It's always okay to have some insurance. I like to short just to have insurance on my trade. Like, I'm fully bullish on crypto long term, right? I'm thinking, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years out. I mean, we're going to grow, right? You can't argue with that. Unless, I tell people all the time, the biggest risk to crypto is the grid going out. If the grid goes out, if we lose electricity, we're going to lose all our money in crypto. But unless that happens, there's too much money to be made. There's too much money to be made for it to go anywhere. So as long as this MSTZ holds on to that 875 level, if this thing gets a green dot next week, okay, that's going to be very interesting. Okay, 1213 is a big level for it. If you come in here to the EMAs, I want to talk about these today. Okay, so when we break up over the EMAs like we did back here on MSTZ, back here in 2025 of October, okay, that's normally when the bull run starts. Okay, that's normally when stuff starts going up. If we're down below it, we're still stuck in a downtrend, right? Let me just go to Bitcoin here. Okay, so if we're down below these daily EMA ribbons, and again, this is part of the trading indicator. If you guys do not have these, you guys can download those over in the Discord. Again, over here in the trading indicator tab, right there. Okay, but when we're down below these, it's clear that we're in a downtrend, right? You see how we broke over, but we failed to break, and then that's what caused it to go down. So a lot of these names right now, I want to see Bitcoin get back up over this support, right? It's doesn't take a genius to say that 75K is acting as resistance on Bitcoin and 60K is acting as support. Okay, so for now we're ranging, guys. We're not going down, we're not going up. Again, this is a very, very boring time of the market when we just do this. Okay, and you can see that on the chart. If I hide the EMAs, if I hide the fib, okay, what are we doing? We're just ranging. Okay, there's no big explosive move up, no big explosive move down. We're just up one day, down one day, up one day, down one day, up 2 days, down 2 days. Okay, it's a frustrating time. I get it, man, but we have indicators to eliminate the frustration and the emotion. Okay, that's what we do here. We do everything based on the charts. We don't go off what we feel or what people say or what people think. Right now, we're just consolidating. Until we break out over 75K, nothing's going to happen. Or the other side, right, break down below 60K, you're going to see a move lower. But until we break this low from February, I'm remaining bullish on Bitcoin because, again, the dot is green. If we flip to red next week, we have to make a decision to set a stop loss or look for a place to average down and buy it lower. It's really that easy, guys. This isn't rocket science. Okay, if you zoom out of the chart, every time this wave comes down here and gives a green dot, it's a time to buy. Okay, time to buy, time to buy, time to buy. Okay, we're just playing the chart. We're looking at the data. We can say what we think or what we feel, but until the dot flips red, we got to remain in a bullish stance if you're going based off of the indicators. So MSTZ, again, this thing looks like it could potentially break out. This would be a great play if you want some insurance to the downside, right? If you think there's a chance Bitcoin could break 60K, I think MSTZ is a good bet here. Because when Bitcoin goes down, MSTZ goes up, okay? So up above 875, I think MSTZ is a very interesting play. You could buy that on Robinhood. Cedus, this is like the only thing that's green this month for me in my portfolio. This is the only thing that I have seen going up. We have broken over the 9. We got this signal right here at about a penny and a half. I think this is the most undervalued cryptocurrency on the market right now, guys. I've explained that in other videos, but this is literally trading at a $20 million market cap, and I think it's at least $1 billion project. So do the math on that. I think this thing could easily go up 5,000, 6,000% if it plays out. I think this could easily be sitting at $1. It was back here at 50 cents in December, and then their platform got hacked. Okay, they ended up getting hacked, and then they went all the way down. But the reason they're going down is because they took out a loan to recover the funds that were lost in the hack. So, right, they have to pay that loan back, so they've just been tanking. But nothing changed with the fundamentals. Again, I think this is the most undervalued play in crypto, guys. Absolutely the most undervalued play in crypto right now. Easiest 10x trade, I think, over the next 6 to 12 months. Okay, and you can see how those EMAs, see the EMA cross there? Okay, and you can actually set up an alert for this EMA cross. And I'll actually show you guys how to do that right now. So if you guys have the indicator template, what you can do, and I already have this alert set, and I was thinking about adding these into the alerts over here in the Discord. Let me know what you guys think on that. I was thinking about adding this over here in the daily alert section. But to set an alert when these EMAs cross, what you do is you hit add alert. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to come down here to the EMA ribbon, and then you want to go moving average 1, crossing. Okay, you could do crossing up or crossing down. I normally leave it at crossing. and then you could come over here and select EMA ribbon again, and then use the moving average 8. Okay, so what that's going to do is that is going to alert you when these EMAs cross. Because again, when we are stuck in down below these EMAs, we are in a downtrend, right? The minute they cross up like this is when that momentum to the downside is breaking and the momentum to the upside is moving. So if we have a green dot right here on the weekly, right, that we got right there at a penny and a half, you're already up 80% this month, right? I mean, Cedus is up around 50% from the low, okay? It's up around 80% from that low if you guys bought that signal back in February, okay? February 16th is when that signal came. But this thing has so much room to run. I mean, we're targeting at least 12 to 16 cents on this thing. And with those EMAs crossing right now, I think this is a no-brainer. Ondo, see, Ondo's trying to get up over the EMAs. So again, we've been in a nasty downtrend, just trending below those EMAs, getting rejected, trending below, trending below, trending below, trending below. Okay, but now we're attempting to break out here. So we're watching Ondo here. I think the bottom for Ondo's in right there at 20 cents. Okay, and the only thing that would confirm that is if we could break up here and get over those EMAs, kind of like Cedus is doing right now. See how Cedus broke out and we got that cross? Okay, we haven't got the cross yet on Ondo, but it's attempting to do that. So we got this signal back in February as well, and it's still at the same price. That came at 25 cents. It's sitting at 27 cents. So again, if our goal is to buy down here and sell up here, we're planting seeds right now, baby. This one even got the MACD crossover as well, which is also another bullish indication. When this is in the red, we're going down, 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 down. When we cross over and this turns blue, that means we're getting a bullish, that's a bullish signal. So again, we don't just want to rely on the green dots and the red dots, right? We use like 7 or 8 indicators in our template, right? We use the Fibonacci, and you guys will learn about these in that trading course. But the Fibonacci gives us our sell target. Our sell target's up here in the red zone. Okay, we want to sell a red dot in the red zone. So when you get your buy signal down here, you should be holding. Again, buying and selling is easy, guys. With our strategy, that is the easiest part. Oh, a green dot? Okay, let me add some shares. Okay, that's easy. The hard part is waiting till we get back up here, right? That's what takes skill. That's what takes patience. That's what takes discipline. Okay, again, we're stuck in this. This is where people get impatient, right? Impatient. We need patience. We need discipline. Okay, until Ondo gets back up here to $1, we shouldn't even be thinking about selling. Okay, or until this wave gets back up here and gives us a red dot, we shouldn't be thinking about selling. That could take 5 months. That could take 3 months. It could happen next month. It could take 6 months. It could take 8 months. The key is to wait and be patient, right? You wouldn't buy a real estate house, invest in a real estate house, and sell it the next week, right? It's the same concept. The problem with stocks and crypto is it's so easy to get emotional and make an emotional decision, right? When markets are red every day and it's just red and you're just getting banged on. But realistically, you're just going sideways, right? We're not doing anything right now. And what eliminates the emotion for me, at least in investing, is having a set plan to where, hey, I got to have the discipline to stick to this no matter what the markets do, no matter who Donald Trump bombs, no matter what the economy does or what Jim Cramer or what CNBC is saying, right? We got to stay disciplined, okay? We got to stay disciplined. These are historic lows, folks. Again, if you look at that chart of Ethereum, look at this. All the way back here since 2023. Every time this wave comes down here, it is a time to buy. You get like one good time a year to buy assets, guys. One good time a year, okay? And again, when you should be buying, it shouldn't feel right? It should feel bad, right? Despair. When people are in despair, when markets have taken a big fat tumble, okay, that is when we want to buy. Ethereum was at 5,000 like 8 months ago. It's at 1,900 now. This is where everyone wanted to buy Ethereum. This is where I was getting all the questions of, is it too late to buy Ethereum? Is it too late? Well, yeah, it's about 5 months too late. Okay? So up here, you're always saying, man, I wish I would have bought down here. Right? I wish I would have bought at 1,500. You say that at 5,000. You're not going to say that today because Ethereum's down 4%. Okay? But if you give this thing time to play out, look at this chop action we had back here in 2023. Chop, chop, chop. Then what happened? Rip. Okay, so again, up here, you were like, man, I wish I would have bought down there. Oh, is it too late to buy now? Right? That's what the newbie says, right? And I get it. Everyone's new to investing. Everyone's on their own journey. I've been doing this for almost 9 years now, okay? And I've learned a lot of lessons, a lot of failures. And I never started to be profitable until I started sticking to a strategy and using indicators to make these educated investments, right, based on data, not based on what I think is going to happen or what everybody else is saying is going to happen, but based on the charts, based on the data, okay? It's logical to buy when this wave is down here, right? It's a good logical decision to buy when the wave is down here. It is not a good logical time to buy up here, but up here, you always wish you would have bought down here, okay? And that's just the case. Ondo, we talked about HPQ. This one looks interesting. We got the gold dot on the weekly. This one's been ranging here at about $19 for a long time. It hasn't quite broken those EMAs, but it's really trying to right here. I want to watch this one next week. If that one can get over 2050, I think you're going to see that one explode. Okay, this one's been very beaten up as well. This one's down from 40 all the way down to 20. They still have really good earnings, making around 14 billion a quarter. ETH BTC. This thing's still holding green, so this is the performance of Ethereum to Bitcoin. When this chart goes up, altcoins are ripping. When it goes down, altcoins are going down. And we got our buy signal telling us that we're going up here. So as long as this thing holds on to that 0.028 level, right, we're still bullish on altcoins. If this level breaks, guess what? We can go bear. We can go bearish. We can go short. Okay, but as of right now, we should be fully convinced that altcoins are going up. Okay, until that breaks, until that support breaks, nothing should change. Netflix, we got the signal on that one right here around 86. It's sitting at around 93 right now, but what I like about it is, guess what? It broke up over those EMAs. Okay, so what we'd be waiting for on Netflix is to get back up here to the red zone. What you could do when you look at the EMAs, okay, so once you get the green weekly dot, you shouldn't really be concerned about the weekly chart. Right? You should be looking at it, but really what you could do is zoom into the daily and look where we're at in regards to the EMAs. Okay, again, when we are down below the EMAs, we are in a downtrend. When we break out over it, that is when the asset is trying to go back into an uptrend. So I like Netflix for next week. I would use a stop loss right there at $88.50 or $88. Okay, if that breaks down, yeah, we're going to go lower. But as of right now, we're building a strong base up above those EMAs. Okay, once again, when we break up above them, look at this. Oh my gosh. See how we broke up and then we went sideways and then this thing just went on a parabolic move over the last 2 years. But we are attempting to break out here on Netflix. That one's on the watch list for next week. Again, easy stop loss at $88. CLX, this is Clorox. So this one's coming back down. Another place to buy, another place I like to buy on the daily is down here near the Fibonacci, the bottom of the fib. So that's that green line. You can see it bounced there, it bounced there. Really what I'm looking for is a green dot on the daily on this one. It has a monthly signal, and it's pulled back really hard. It's pulled back 20% here in March. So you can see it has support right there at 96. Okay, and if we zoom in here to the daily, you can see that was these lows back here from December where we bounced. So it looks like we're going to test those lows. I know we're down below the EMAs, but I think this is a good value name. Right? In a bear market, you want to buy value names that pay dividends. These guys pay like a 5% dividend or something like that. So up above 96, I like it. The only thing I want to see on the daily is a green dot. That's really not my favorite for next week, but it definitely looks interesting after this 20% pullback this month. ZBCN, again, this thing is breaking out above the EMAs. That is a sign that we are trying to reverse here. Again, we got the signal back here. That came on March 2nd at around 0.0019. And the daily chart says, hey, we're building a base right here. So as long as this holds this low right there from March, right, we should be bullish. And the true macro support's all the way down here at 0.0014. But as long as this holds on to 0.0019, it looks bullish. I want to see a green dot show up here in the next couple of days. Okay, and again, the dot is still green. So it's going to be really interesting to see what this does right here at this support level. You can even move that down a little bit to 0.0017. But if this can maintain and get a green day tomorrow in reverse, you should be targeting anywhere from 0.005 to 0.006. That's an interesting one. And there's not a lot of cryptos right now that are breaking up over the EMAs. We're going to get to a few more here in just a second. But ZBCN is one of those ones that's showing signs of a reversal. The Honest Company. I bought this one this week, actually. I really like this one off the monthly. You can see the last time we got the monthly alert was back here in November at $1. It went all the way up to $10. So we're getting that same signal right here in March, and it's looking like it wants to go up and away. Okay, this is another, I think they make cleaning materials as well. They make shampoos, stuff like that. But I like this one a lot over 250, 260. Okay, I took a position on it this week. I think I bought it right there on March 23rd at around I can't remember what my price was, but somewhere in this range again. When we're down below the EMAs, we're trending down. When we're breaking up and those EMAs cross over, we're going into an uptrend. So my first target for the Honest Company is up here at around $5 to $6. I like that one. JD, this is a Chinese name here. That one gapped up over the EMAs as well. We got the signal a few weeks ago right there at 27. Hasn't really moved much, but again, as long as this wave is down here, give it a grain down, we should be bullish on the asset. And I like the fact that it gapped up here. So we would use support probably right there at 27, 26.50 maybe on the stop loss. Okay, but again, just something we're going to watch next week. It gapped up 2 days ago over those EMAs. So I want to see it hold those EMAs and then make a move up there to 40. Snapchat is definitely not above its EMA. This has been my worst trade of the year, but I just keep buying it. I'm buying it all the way down because I truly believe they're going to get bought out if it goes any lower. Because again, a company can step in and just take the whole company over if it goes too low, and I just think it's very discounted. I mean, this has been my worst trade of the year. We were buying. I think I was buying it right here at 10. I bought more at 7. And I'm buying more down here at 4. So I'm just continuing to add to this position. It had a nice bull hammer form today. So again, what I'm looking for is a daily dot next week on Snapchat. I mean, it's at its all-time low. Okay, the low right here was 480. That was back in 2018. So all-time lows right now. I'm looking for this thing to snap back in the month of April. I think this company is very undervalued and has a massive buyout opportunity. So when a company buys another company out, they pretty much come in, they pay them a premium so they could say, hey, we'll buy you out for $20 a share. Okay, stock goes up to 20, and that's that. But if we're buying it down here at $4 before that happens, okay, and maybe they don't get bought out, maybe their stock just goes back up and they figure out how to make some money. They're making more money than they ever have, right? They're increasing their revenue quarter over quarter. It's going up. Okay, it's going up. Okay, from 137 all the way up here to 172. They're making more money than they ever have. This thing was trading at $80 back in 2021. And again, it had a really brutal sell-off, and then it ripped back up. So again, really brutal sell-off. We're buying in despair. We're buying down here. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with the company. Okay, $1.72 billion in revenue. Stocks at all-time lows. They're making more money than they ever have, and their stock's at the lowest price it's ever been. Stuff like that just doesn't make sense, right? Here's Plume. So Plume's still green on the month as well. That one's got a green daily showing up here. Again, we want to see that one pop over the EMAs next week. But again, very bullish on this name. They're one of the biggest real-world asset plays. And they've gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months in a row. And this is the first green candle in 6 months. So I like this one a lot here at a penny. I think this one could easily hit 10 cents to $1. Okay, target right now is 12 cents up there in the red zone. ATH, I found this one today. This one got the signal back here at around 0.005. It's up, and you could see it is trying to break out over the EMAs here. So as long as this one holds on to 0.005, it's bullish. Looking for that reversal to the upside here. Looking for some follow through here into the weekend. But this is one I just came across. This is an Ethereum altcoin. Again, it's gotten absolutely smoked here. It was all the way up at 7 cents. It's gone down 99% since that time. So there was a lot of hype around this one back here. Okay, but we knew not to buy it because the wave was up here. We never want to buy when the wave is up here. We want to buy when it's way down here. Okay, so looking at the weekly, again, we're at a planting place, right? Got the MACD crossover. Everything's pointing up on ATH. That one looks like an interesting one. Microsoft. Okay, look at this, dude. Okay, I'm going to go all the way back. We talked about this yesterday, or a couple days ago. But, dude, if you come all the way back here to 2011 or 2010, so 16 years ago, okay, going back to 16 years, every time this has come down and hit this blue line here, our 4-year moving average, it has bounced. Okay, it bounced right here in 2022, bounced right here in April of 2025, It broke below it for the first time in 16 years. First time in 16 years, and it has a red dot. So that looks really ugly for Microsoft. Okay, but what I want to point out on Microsoft is the fact that it's coming down in here to the Fibonacci zone, right? That green line is normally a good place to buy assets, especially good assets like Microsoft. Last time that happened was in April when we hit that green line. Okay, we hit it right here in March too, went a little lower, but ultimately it blasted off. So, I mean, if you're long on Microsoft, if you believe in the long-term growth, I like it at 350, but what I want to see is a green dot. I want to see some buyers step in next week and us get back up. Next week's going to be really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what Donald Trump does over the weekend or what he says, because I personally don't think he wants to let these markets go into free fall going into midterms. I got to imagine he wants to keep the House and the Senate, and if we're in a massive bear market going to the floor, I don't think a lot of people are going to want to re-elect their Republican governors or think highly of Trump, because again, this is a lot of people's savings accounts, their 401ks, retirement accounts, and they're all getting affected right now, right? We're in free fall right now. So what I'd like to see Microsoft do here is bounce next week. I want to see a big bounce on Monday, get like back over 375. But I mean, this is history in the making, right? You come all the way back here to 2012, okay, 2011. Every time we hit that blue line, we have bounced. This time we hit it, and what did we do? We didn't bounce for the first time in 12 years. Do you guys remember what you were doing 12 years ago? I don't. That's a long time. That's a lot of data. Okay, and it lost it, right? It lost the EMA. So it's in free fall now. Okay, I think the best thing we can do on Microsoft is probably wait for the monthly signal. Okay, last time we got the monthly signal was back here in 2023 at 245, and it went up. But I'd be targeting, if you could buy Microsoft at like 230, I think that'd be an absolute steal. I don't know if it's going to get there. Again, all we could do is look at the signals for another bottom, but we did get this one right here. Okay, but what you could have done is set a stop loss right there at 380, broke 380, stop losses are hit. I just got a feeling Trump's going to do something over the weekend. That he's gonna try to pump these markets next week, because if we keep falling like this, man, I mean, you're talking nasty bear market if this keeps going down. I mean, Microsoft's gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months in a row. Last time we did that was all the way back here in 08. Okay, 6 months in a row of going down. That was the Great Depression. Okay, what happened? We bottomed and then we ripped. So, I mean, this doesn't happen very often, folks. I mean, we're sitting through history, and I know it sucks watching your account be red every day, but again, if you're taking into consideration the psychology of the market, right? Where are we? Where's the best time to buy? Is it when everyone's enthusiastic and everyone's, right, hooping and hollering, telling everybody how great they are? Everyone's a genius in a bull market, guys. Everybody's a genius in a bull market, okay? It's the people that are buying down in this area that make money over time, okay? Maybe they don't make money in the short term. Maybe they're wrong in the short term. But over time, I ain't betting against the markets, dude. The markets always recover. Even after the 08 crash, right? Even when everyone doom and gloom, it was all happening, all going down, we still recovered, okay? And we recovered for a very long time. So, again, hold the line, folks. We're investing. We're not gambling. We're investing. We're buying good quality assets at good quality prices. That's what we strive to do. Ethereum, we've already talked about. Again, it's still holding green. As long as this holds on to 1,700, we are still bullish on altcoins. Okay, still bullish. TAI is trying to get up over these EMAs. I don't know if it's going to hold, but this is a Solana ecosystem altcoin. Up above a penny, it looks pretty good. The dot is still green, so like I said, above a penny, it looks good. If it can hang on to these EMAs over the weekend and maybe get a green candle, you should see this one back up here at 10 cents. It's sitting at about a penny and a half right now. Bitcoin, we talked about. Again, our stance doesn't change on Bitcoin unless it breaks down below 60K. Unless we lose this February support, we are bullish on Bitcoin because we have the green dot here. So we are still bullish on Bitcoin. I repeat, we are still bullish on Bitcoin as long as we hold 60K. If 60K breaks, guess what? We're going lower. What do we do when things go lower? We either cut our losses and get stopped out, or we just look to buy at a lower price. Because again, you should be accumulating for the long term. If you believe Bitcoin's going up in the long term, it shouldn't matter if you buy here at 65 or down here at 48. Okay, you could buy here, and your average cost would be 55. Then if it goes back up to 130, okay, you're going to be singing Kumbaya. Okay, we're not selling till the wave comes back up here. So again, still bullish on Bitcoin over 60. I want to see this thing pop out over the EMAs here. I want to see it pop up over the EMAs. It's going to be a real interesting weekend this weekend. It's going to be really interesting to see what crypto does this weekend. Chainlink, you guys know this is my favorite cryptocurrency fundamentally. I think the Clarity Act, once the Clarity Act passes, that's going to be extremely bullish for Chainlink. And yeah, up above that $7 low from February, okay, we are still remaining bullish. We are still remaining bullish, okay, over that low. Target right now is between 22 and 26. We sold all of our, I don't know about you guys, but I sold all my Chainlink up here off this red dot back in September. Okay, I started buying some right here at 12, and I bought more down here at around 8. So now I'm just waiting for the wave to come back up here and give me a red dot. Okay, that could be in 5 months, it could be in 4 months, it could be in 6 months. I don't have a genie in a bottle to tell me when exactly, but realistically, I'm targeting like September to August. Okay, and again, this is another name I'd like to see break out over the EMAs. If Chainlink can get over 1050, that's going to be the sign that, hey, momentum's in our favor and we're heading back up to the red zone. But until then, we're just in an accumulation phase, right? What do we do in accumulation phases? We accumulate. We don't panic sell on red days. We're just looking to buy, okay? Looking to accumulate at these levels. So again, I bought some at 12 and I bought more down here at 8. I'm just waiting until she reverses and goes the other way. QNT got the green dot a few weeks ago, another name that popped out over its EMAs. So I'd like to see this hold on to 64. As long as that can hold 64, it looks bullish. But if we break down, again, we're stopped out. So you could set an easy stop loss on this one at 64.50. We are up over those EMAs. You could even move your stop loss up to like 67. I like to use more of a less tighter stop. That way I don't get liquidated. But 64.50 would be the stop loss. FET is another one that broke out over the EMA recently. Okay, we're up over it. Okay, we broke out over it here, but it failed. Okay, that was February. Again, February was an unprecedented crypto dip. Okay, no one saw that coming. But now here we are. Okay, we're recovering again. I know we got a red dot here on the daily, but as long as this thing holds on to 18 cents, it's bullish. Okay, we got the signal back here a few weeks ago at 14. It's popping up. Okay, our target's up here. Again, buying and selling is easy, guys. It's the waiting part that's hard. It's waiting till we get back up here. Okay, and it happens really fast sometimes. See how fast that happened? It happened in about a month. We went from 20 cents all the way up there to 60 cents. That was a 200% move in 30 days. Right there from October to November. Okay, that was a very fast move to the upside. Okay, again, frustrating, really frustrating. Oh, really excited. Okay, and then everyone's looking to get back in up here in the red zone. We want to buy down in this golden zone. Okay, I really like FET here. RNDR is another one that broke out over the EMAs. Is it going to hold? I don't know. You could use a stop loss right here at 150. Again, as long as the dot is green, we are bullish. It's still green on the week. It's going to be an interesting weekend, guys. That's all I can say. It's going to be a really interesting weekend. AKT also broke out here. That one's actually pulling back into the EMAs. And that one looks like it has some room on it. It just needs to hold on to 40 cents. I'd put a stop loss. You can move the stop loss. Yeah, I'd probably use it at 40 cents. But ultimately, I'd want to see a green dot pop on AKT and for that move to continue on up there. Okay, because again, as long as we're down below the EMAs, we're in a downtrend. Once we break out over it, that's when the trend is reversing. We should be targeting anywhere from 130 to 150 on AKT. And the last one on the watch list today is going to be XCN. They were supposed to announce their mainnet launch today. I have not seen that news cross yet. That's probably why it's down 9% today. But again, we're still just ranging here up above 4 cents. Okay, I think the red dot came back here, but now it faded. Again, as long as the dot is green, we're bullish. As long as this holds on to 0.004, we're bullish. Okay, it was at 5 cents back here in January. Everyone was talking about it. Okay, we're buying when no one else is talking about it. Okay, I got a feeling this move is coming on this once they launch their mainnet. Okay, that could easily be a 10 cent play here. It's sitting at half a penny. So that's the watch list for next week. I'm gonna go ahead and share this with you guys over here in the Discord like I do every week. You guys can come over here. So favorites for today is 3-27. And not only that, but on Monday, don't we get new monthly candles? How many days are in March? How many days are in March? I think there's only 28 days in March, so we should actually get new monthly candles over the weekend. How many days? Let me Google it. How many days are in March? 31. Okay, there are 31. So next week we'll get new monthly candles. What does new monthly candle mean? It means we get new monthly candlesticks, right? This shifts, the indicator shifts on the monthly, and we can get new signals when that happens, and a lot of things can develop. So April's a new month, and we're going to see what happens. Looks like we got 70 likes on the video. If we can get another 30 likes right now, looks like we got 123 people watching. I'll sit on here and take chart requests for a while, but we got to get to 100 likes. Can we do that? Marlog, what's going on, brother? Jeff, how you doing, bro? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Craig, how you doing, man? 23, what's up, brother? I'll just take some requests since I'm a nice guy. I get it. We're red. You guys don't want to like the video. It's cool. To be honest, I don't even want to get on these live streams during all the red. I don't even want to get on here and do this, but I do it anyway. You know, it's all good. It's all good. It's part of the market. It's part of the game, dude. I wish when I bought, it would just be green every day. We'd be going up and to the right. Never had to worry about a red day. I wish that was the case, but guess what? You're trading stocks, you're trading crypto, red days come. You got to learn how to deal with them. You got to learn how to trust the data and not trust your emotions, okay? It's easy to make an emotional decision in these markets and sell when it's a bad time. I don't like selling after we go down for 7 months. I think it's just stupid because, again, if you look at the data, the last time Ethereum went down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months was right back here in 2018. Okay, 2018 was like before Coinbase was even around. Okay, we went down and then we ripped. Okay, this is where a lot of people decide to sell. It's not smart to do. Okay, as a long-term investor, you shouldn't be thinking about selling right now. If anything, just accumulate as much as possible. Everyone else is freaking out. Everyone else is scared. Everyone else is calling for a bear market. Okay, again, everyone was super bullish on crypto back up here in September, August when we got our sell signal. So the same people that were telling you to buy up here are telling you to sell down here. It just doesn't make any sense. I love it when all the retail thinks we're going into a bear market. The bear market's already happened. We called the bear market up here in August. Okay, I got the videos, got the receipts to prove it. I'm not saying that to bang my chest because I didn't call it. The indicator called it. Okay, the indicator said, oh, that's a topping signal. Okay, so now people are frustrated because they didn't take profits because they were greedy, right? They were greedy. They wanted more gains. They wanted more. They wanted more. Got greedy. Didn't stick to the plan. Didn't stick to the strategy. Now they're down here, and they want to blame everybody else. They want to blame Trump and all that, right? It's just the way it goes, folks. It's the way it goes. What do we got? Chart request. Go ahead, man. 90 likes. Screw it. Screw it. And I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't want to do these live streams during the bear market because I sound like a broken record. Like, it's not exciting to do. But what kind of person would that make me if I was just sitting here doing videos when everything was good, right? Everyone looks like a genius in a bull market. I probably don't look like a genius right now down here, okay? But a lot of the time, the only thing that separates you from being right and wrong is time, right? I might look like a total idiot buying right here, right now. But in October, in December, in January of next year, right, that could be a totally different story, right? If we not if, but when we rebound, okay? So again, when everyone else is scared, freaking out, right, typically in despair, right, when there's blood in the streets, so to speak, is when I want to buy. I don't want to buy when everyone's hooping and hollering, telling us, oh, XRP is going to 10,000 by the end of the year, right? That was back here when XRP was at 350, right? There was people saying this thing was going to go to 10,000 by the end of the year, by the end of 2025. There were people out there, influencers, with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers telling people that back here. Okay, I was telling you guys to sell back here. Okay, and again, people were calling me an idiot. They were like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, and I probably don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I use the data. That's why I use the chart. You can't argue with data, right? Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't. Okay, numbers and charts, they don't lie. Men can lie, women can lie, but everything I do here, all my opinions come off the chart. Okay, last time XRP was down here was back in 2024. I bought XRP at 45 cents in 2024. Okay, and I didn't sell the top. Okay, I sold it like, I think I sold it like somewhere around here. Okay, and it ended up going up. But again, I'm not trying to time the exact top. If I can be consistent, right? If I can be consistent, buy down here, sell up here, over time, we're going to do really good. But if you get caught holding the bag up here because you think it's going to 10,000 by the end of the year, that's greed, right? If you're up 800% and not taking profits, that's greed. What else we got? Yeah, dude, trading is all emotion, dude. It's 10% buying and selling, 10% knowing where to buy and sell, 90% managing your emotions. Okay? It's 90% managing your emotions. And it makes it easy to manage emotions when we have data, when we have indicators, right? I can look here at this 4-year moving average, right? Because again, how do we know we're getting a fair price on an asset when we buy it? We look at the average, the mean, okay? If you're buying stuff way off the mean, okay, look at that separation, okay? That was a 70% premium. Okay, if you're buying it that far off of the average, you're buying stuff at a premium. And this is when the majority of retail buys, okay? When things are excited, when all of Twitter is super bullish and everyone's having a good time and singing Kumbaya, telling everybody how great they are, calling up their cousins and their mom and their dad and their brothers and their sisters saying, yeah, baby, and telling them to buy, right? But look at that. I mean, the data says we were at a massive premium right there. If you were buying XRP up here at 350 with everyone else, you were buying it at a 67% premium. That's like going to the gas station on a Wednesday because gas is up 67%. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do it. If a real estate house you were looking to buy was up 67% from last year, and you were buying it to make money and flip it, probably not a logical decision. It's the same concept with stocks and crypto. Again, the hard part about stocks and crypto is it's so easy to sell. If I were to buy a house and want to flip it, it takes a lot to sell a house, right? You have to get a realtor, and you have to go through a title company, you have to go through a bank, and you have to get the other person to buy it. And a stock, I can open up my phone right now in 2 seconds and sell all my stocks right now. I can say, okay, screw it. I'm emotional. Things are down. I'm just going to sell. And I can do it right now. That's how easy it is. That's why so many people fail at this profession, at this in this industry. 90% of retailers fail. They lose money over time. Okay? Because they let their emotions take hold. As long as we're buying good quality assets, good companies, not gambling on meme coins, not gambling on penny stocks, not gambling on fart coins and boob coins and butt coins, and buying assets that are going to be around forever, Ethereum's not going anywhere unless it just turns out to be a total hack job, which is possible. But that's possible with any stock, right? Maybe beside Amazon. We could all agree that Amazon's probably not going anywhere in the next 10 years. Okay, Apple, same thing, right? As long as we're buying good assets and good companies and not gambling on get-rich-quick coins, over time, we're going to win. We're going to beat 90% of the market, okay? And yeah, we might be wrong sometimes. We might have a place where we enter and it goes down sometimes. But we can be wrong fast if we look at the signal, right? If you sold XRP right there at 180, okay, if you sold on that signal, okay, because again, the only thing that invalidates one of our signals is the opposite of the signal. So as long as we're green, we're going up. As long as we're red, we're going down. And when this wave is up here, this is when people are greedy. When this wave is down here, this is when people are fearful. Look how fearful people are right now. Okay, we are extreme fear. The wave hasn't been down here since 2022. Okay, that's 4 years ago. 31 cent XRP. Boom. 10x trade. Merry Christmas. 104 likes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Overkill, could you explain the bottom chart where the dots show up? Yeah, it's a divergence indicator. So pretty much what the green dot means is it is a potential bottoming signal. So when you get a green dot, you want to use the previous low as your support. So the previous low on XRP off this dot was right here at 110. That's where we wicked down to. So that's saying, this is telling you 110 is the bottom, okay? And I don't want to explain the whole indicator right now just because I want to take your guys' requests, but I have a free trading course over here that literally explains everything we do. So that trading course is right here. It's completely free. The link to my Discord is in the bio, in my bio. in the description of this video. And if you want to download the indicators and use them for yourself, you get my whole trading layout if you come over here and click on this link. So that link will get you all the indicators, all the EMAs. Your screen will look exactly like mine. Okay, we don't just rely on the red and green dots, guys. We rely on a number of different indicators here. Okay, so you can get my whole trading layout by clicking on that link over there inside the Discord, that trading indicator link, and you can use it for yourself. You can test it out, see how you like it. Again, I'd recommend checking out the course before you do anything, just to make sure it meshes with your trading style. But all of that is right over there in the Discord. And again, the course is completely free. Thank you guys for getting to 100 likes today. And it's a brutal market. Okay, you're not the only one that's in a brutal market right now. This is a brutal market. Like I said, Microsoft broke its 4-year average for the first time in 12 years. Okay? Some of you guys watching this were probably still on your mother's teat. Okay? During that time. Okay? 12 years, dude. Since 08. Look at that. I mean, that is just unbelievable. For the first time. So we're sitting in the middle of history right now, guys. We're literally witnessing history. We saw the fear and greed index on crypto. Oh, that's cool. They dropped top news over here now. Oh, that's badass. That's cool. So CoinMarketCap actually has a top news section now where you can see all the top news articles. Fed confirmed CBDC work pause. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm a squirrel. But we saw the fear and greed index hit the lowest it's ever hit back here in February, right? The lowest it's ever been. Meaning people were more panicked about crypto than ever back here in February. To me, that was the bottom signal. So again, what does Warren Buffett say? Does he say panic and sell in fear? No, he doesn't. He says buy in fear. Okay, this isn't going to last forever. The dip can't last forever. Eventually, new money's going to come in and say, okay, I like this price. It's time to go. Right? So again, this is history in the making here, folks. What else we got? I see one for Samuel for Solana. So again, with a lot of these names, like right now, we have the green dot on the weekly, right? So what do we do when we get the green dot on the weekly? We don't have to stare at the weekly anymore. What I like to do is get in here to the daily, and I like to watch for it to confirm its breakout by getting over the EMA, by jumping up over the EMAs here. So I want to see Solana's price get back over here. But the low from February was right here at 67. Okay, that was that candle on February 6th. The wick, right? That wick indicates buyers stepped in and bought it right back up. So over 67, I still like Sol, but I want to see it break out over the EMAs here. I want to see it break out. Okay, I know we have a green dot still, but I want to see it get back up. I want to see it get over the 9 and get over these EMAs. Yeah, happy Friday to you, brother. Hope you guys are doing well. What do you guys got planned for the weekend? My wife's mom's coming to town, so we're going out to dinner. It's her birthday, so we're taking her out to dinner tonight, and probably going to watch some March Madness. There's been some great games on lately. Oh yeah, RSI. So the stochastic RSI is the light blue line, and the purple line is going to be the RSI on the indicator. Yep. Any more requests? I see a bunch of them here. Will I re-enter ZS? So that closed today with a red dot. So I was stopped out of ZS today. That's a nasty dip. I mean, it's just nasty. Okay, I got in at, I think, 144, so I lost about 15% on that. But again, I don't take extremely large positions on these signals. And if I get a red dot, I got to be stopped out. Right? Again, the market's taken a dump. So again, what I want to see on ZS, for me to re-enter, I'd probably have to see it get up over these EMAs. I'd have to see it bounce over the EMAs here. I see one for Near from Dieter. What's going on, brother? What's going on? So Near broke out over them, but it's losing it right now. So again, the weekly's still green, so you're still in good shape. Again, up above this level right here at 84, we got to be bullish, right? So that's the range. What I do on Near, I don't know where you got in, but I'd be looking for the daily alert right now. Okay, again, as long as the weekly is green, is the monthly green? The monthly's not green yet, but we got a green candle on the monthly. So what I'd be watching for on Near is a daily. Okay, you want to see that bounce. Support's right there at 110. So 110 is where I'd probably look to add some. But if you bought off this green dot on the weekly, you bought right there at around $1. So you're still up, but it's just pulling back now. It's losing that support. So watch 110, and then after that, watch 95. But I think the bottom's in on Near down here at 83. Yeah, I got stopped out on ZS today. ZS, I got stopped out. It gapped down. It'll probably gap up now that I'm stopped out, but it is what it is. Again, I'm just looking at the signal. So, again, buy the green dot. If you get a red dot, you can either sell or just look for a place to average down. I'm choosing to hold cash. I want to hold the cash right now in case we do get a bigger, broader sell-off. I'll just look to buy more names that I like more. Again, this stock's been just annihilated. I mean, that's $300 all the way down to 133. Okay, I had a feeling this was the bottom right here at around 150. But guess what? I was wrong. I'm not a 100% trader like everybody else. Nobody is. So if a red dot comes, that's decision time. You either sell, you cut your losses, or you write it down and buy the next green dot and add to your position. But ultimately, I want to see this thing get up over these EMAs. Like I said, now that I sold, it'll probably gap up to 230 on Monday. So you're welcome. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Yes, sir. Trump pump. Trump pump. What's Trump's coin doing? Is Trump speaking? Someone said he was speaking today. Is he talking? Is he talking? Get those requests in the chat, guys. I see them. Just keep putting them in there if I miss yours. Trump coin. What a joke. What a freaking joke. That one had a gold dot back here on March 10th at 280. It's literally right back at that level, but man. I don't know what Trump's doing, man. Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Can somebody tell me? Is he part of the cabal or is he on our team? Because for him to say he's the crypto president, I mean, Trump got into office right here at 40 cents on H-bar. We're at 8 cents now. H-bar is still holding green too. Again, I'm just going to reference you guys to the EMAs here. The uptrend's not going to start until we can break out over these. As long as we're down below these, we're either going to be ranging or we're going to be continuing to go down. But as long as this dot is green, that's telling you that, hey, 7 cents was the bottom. So this can go all the way down here to 7 cents and we could still be bullish on it. Okay, ultimately what I'm looking for on crypto right now is to confirm the breakout and get up over these EMAs. As long as we keep getting rejected by the daily EMAs, we're stuck in a downtrend. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on that. Axle looks a little bit weak. Yeah, every crypto looks weak except for maybe Cedus, ZBCN, RNDR, and the other names we talked about today. But Axel has the green dot on the monthly. So I bought this one based on the monthly. Again, this is not a day trade. This is a 1 to 6 month swing trade. The monthly is more for like 6 months out, right? You're looking 6 months out for this to recover. They got big partnerships with MasterCard and XRP. They've gone down for 8 months in a row. So as long as that dot remains green, I'm holding my position. I have it staked. I think it's earning around 12% APY right now. I'm down like 9% since I bought it. So 9% is really not a lot for crypto. I mean, if you can't take a 9% dip, do not trade crypto. We covered Link. Yeah, we covered ZBEC. I don't like gold. Hell no, I don't like gold. Trump coin? I just looked at Trump coin, dude. We're not doing Trump coin. Craig says HIMS. HIMS is getting beat up too. But you can see on the monthly, it's green. Okay, so we had this big move, 60% move off that partnership announcement. We gapped up. Again, we got in on this thing at 15. It gapped up here to 25. Had a pretty ugly week, but it did fill the gap. It filled the gap. So there was a gap right here at 19. So it had to fill this gap right here. And I think that one's going to get some good price action next week. What I'm looking for on HIMS is a daily. So again, it's got the weekly. It doesn't have the monthly yet, but it has a nice monthly candle. But above 14, I like HIMS here. I think HIMS is a very undervalued company. Their earnings look great. As long as it holds 14, we should just be looking to buy. I might add to my position again. I probably will add to my position again on the next daily dot, wherever that comes. But it filled the gap today. So you see that gap? Gaps need to get filled when there's a gap. And it gapped up. It came back. It filled the gap. So I like HIMS a lot. It's one of my top stock picks right here for next month. I really like HIMS. I actually don't know why that one wasn't on my favorites list, but let's go ahead and add that one in. And again, we already went over our watch list, guys. I'm I'm just taking chart requests right now. If you guys are joining the live, our replay, if you guys missed the watch list, is over here in the latest tab. You guys can watch all of the live streams over here if you guys join late, or maybe you're in a different time zone. You guys can watch those in the latest tab. They're always posted on YouTube too. So we already covered our watch list. That's right here, right? All these names. I'm just answering you guys' chart requests right now. So what else you got? Aerodrome. Aerodrome's still green as well. Still green on the week. Believe it or not. Green on the week. Again, I want to see it pop out. I want to see that thing pop over like 39 cents. If it can pop over 39 cents, that'll start the run. Okay? Again, when we're down below the EMAs, we're getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected, getting rejected. We want to see that trend shift. We want to see that EMA cross. Yeah, I'm long-term on Link. I'll hold Link till 2030 if I have to. Okay, I'm never selling my chain link until it comes back up here. So it can go to $7 again. I don't care. Okay, I bought it at 12. I bought it down here at 8. So my average on it is like $10. So yeah, I'm down on my link position. But again, I'm long on the project. I'm long on the asset, meaning I'm bullish. And I just want to see Link get up over 1050. Until Link breaks 1050, we're probably just going to continue to range. And again, I'm long on that. If I have to wait till 2030, I'll wait till 2030. But I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think we're just in a consolidation pattern. See, like this, we went sideways for like 3 months, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then we ripped $10 all the way up to 30 in literally like a month and a half. So by May, we could be sitting back here in April if this pattern plays out like it did here. By May, we could be at $30, and we're at $8.50 right now. Okay, and Link is a big fundamental play for me. All this new stablecoin stuff that they're launching, pretty much it's the plumbing of the new financial system. So I think Link will eventually hit $100. My target for Link long term is 100, and it could go higher than that. There's some people that call for $300-400. It's at $8 right now, $8.50. So again, this short-term price action, being down 4% today, shouldn't bother us in the long term. Right? Could we wick back down to 7? Yes, we can. Could we go down here to 5? Yes. Okay, but we're just going to buy all the way down because we believe in these projects. We believe in these assets. If you don't believe in your asset long term, you shouldn't be buying it. Coinbase? What's Coinbase doing? Oh, got rejected. Okay, so that one didn't quite get back out over its EMAs. It did get some red dots right here around 209, so you could have put a stop loss right there at 140. Coming back down, just watch for the next daily dot. Still green on the weekly, so that's an ugly week. 18% down. It'll be interesting to see what Coinbase does this week, or next week. But something to watch. Again, what we can watch for is the daily here. Again, we got the green dot on the weekly, so now you should be on the daily looking for that thing to break out over the EMAs. But that's a nasty dip this week. That had to do with the legislation. The Clarity Act stuff, that news that dropped, right? That's trying to distract us from the bigger picture. What do we got? TAO. Hey guys, if we can get the 200 likes on the stream by the time I sign off, I'm going to probably be on here for another 20 minutes. If we can get to 200 likes on the live stream, I'll go ahead and give away 100 XRP. 100 XRP if we can get to 200 likes here on the stream. TAO did the Ripski here. Hold on, I gotta do something here. Chopsky equals Ripski. Shout out to Jeff, man. Jeff, you're my dog. You're my dog. TAO, it's a tough one, man. We're pretty extended off these EMAs. I don't think it would be a bad place to take some off this. Again, we got the signal back here at 170, ripped up to 370. That was a 200 or 100% move. So anytime I'm up 100% on a trade, I'll normally sell half. It has a little room to go to the red zone there, but you got a red dot here today, and you got stuff selling off here. So that one's tough. I'd probably trim some. I'd trim some, sell 25, 50%. That's what I do at least. Or just wait for a red dot here on the weekly. But that red dot could come all the way down here at 270. So you could put a stop loss at 262. That would put us right where we bounce right there. If that breaks, then yeah, we're probably going back down. So I'd probably put a stop loss at 260 or take some profit here off this daily red dot. We covered Bitcoin, CRO. I had someone ask me about the CRO red dot that popped today. So I just want you guys to understand that a signal can show up and it can fade away. So you got the CRO USD given a weekly, but it's not on the chart. So that's because price went back up. So a dot is not confirmed until the candle closes. So if you get a green dot, here, okay, and it goes away, that's because price went down. Until the candle closes, is it confirmed, right? This candle was confirmed, meaning we got a new candle, so this dot can never be taken off the indicator. But that doesn't mean a dot can't show up and fade away. So again, still very long on Chronos. I think this is a great play there over 6 cents. I mean, that was support there in 2024, 2025, and again right now here in 2026. The dot's still green, so again, I'd refer you here to the daily. I'd wait till that thing breaks up over those EMAs. I don't know when that's going to happen. It could be next week. It could be the week after that. I really can't tell you. But when it happens, that's when you're going to see the explosive move. Again, like it did back here. See how it broke out? Big 20% day. Ripski. Okay, we went from 8 cents up to 40 cents. That was a 300% racker. Okay, we're just kind of doing the same thing. Just kind of ranging around. Okay, haven't seen a nice consecutive couple green days in months. I mean, it's just brutal out here. The bulls are just starving. Give us something. Come on. We ain't going nowhere. You can't flush the Spartans out. Okay? We're going down with the ship. Okay? That's just how I look at it. I'm going down with the ship, baby. Okay? We're not bailing. We're not jumping. Gonna try to find shore. We're going down with the ship if we have to. Okay? Again, down here, we're buying. Up here, we're selling. Planting season. Harvesting season. Okay? Get your farmer hats out. Okay? Get out there and plant some seeds this weekend, baby. Let's go. Yeah, Bitcoin's still good, man. Bitcoin's still good as long as it holds 60,000. If 60,000 breaks, I mean, my next target is 50,000 for Bitcoin. We talked about a way to short Bitcoin this morning, or today. MSTZ is a good short on Bitcoin. This is the MSTR inverse ETF. So when MSTR goes down, and MSTR goes down when Bitcoin goes down, MSTZ goes up. So if you want some insurance on Bitcoin, I'd buy MSTZ. Other than that, right, we're still watching that low from February at 60. Up above 60, I still like it, right? The dot's still green. We're fine. Nothing to worry about, right? If 60 breaks, we could short it. We could short it down to 50 or 40. But as long as the dot holds, we're not taking down yet. And that dot could show up tomorrow, right? We call all the signals out over here in the Discord. So if you see a Bitcoin dot over here, that's going to be a signal to set a stop loss at 60,000. Hopefully that answers your question. Slow Train, what's going on, brother? Like a ladder on the down. See another one for Ondo. Ondo we covered. Yeah, we're just ranging. Still green. Got the MACD crossover. That looks good. This one's trying to get out over those EMAs. Again, I think the bottom's in right here at like 20 cents. So we'll probably just chop for a bit. But if it could break out over these EMAs, that'll start the run, right? When we're down below the EMAs, we're stuck in a downtrend. When we break out over them, that's when the bull run starts. Okay, just like over here. See? Chop, chop, chop. Break out. Ripski. Okay, same thing. Break out. Ripski. Up above the EMAs, we're in a bull run. Okay, down below the EMAs, we're in a bear market. Pretty simple stuff, actually. I really like these EMAs. I'm starting to really like them. What's up, Jay-Z? My brother. VTHO? VTHO? Is that a crypto? Man, it just keeps going down. I don't know what it's going to take to pump this stuff. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Lord. I mean, it's the cheapest it's ever been. That's how you got to look at it. If you believe in it, it's the cheapest it's ever been. You said Axel or Cedus. Which one would you buy? I would. Honestly, I'd probably buy. That's a tough one. I'd buy Cedus. Cedus is up though, like 80% this month. So, Cedus is. I am very convinced that Cedus is going to at least hit 20 cents. Okay, at least get back up to like right here. Okay, it was at 50 cents before they got hacked. Then they got hacked. Okay, but they're not down and out, right? They got hacked, but they recovered. Sui gave them a $6 billion loan to recover everybody's stolen funds that those hackers took. So now they have to pay that $6 billion loan back. Well, when they pay that back, I think this thing's going at least to $1, if I'm being honest, and it's at 2 cents. So long term, I think Cedus is a great play. Axel, I don't know a whole lot about, but as of right now, I think Cedus, that's tough, man. Maybe 50-50. Go 50-50 on those, but just know I believe Cedus is going to like $1. I think that's going to be at least $1 one day. I don't know when, but I gotta think it's going to be trading at least back to 20 cents by the end of the year. Probably even higher. Because this is one of the only names that's breaking out like this. Got the EMA crossover in crypto. One of the only names. Okay, we also had one, FET broke out, Render broke out, QNT broke out. Those are pretty much the only names that have broken out. TAI and ZBCN. Okay, but Cedus is the cleanest. Cedus is doing the ripski. What's my opinion on Sui? I love Sui. Sui's the fastest growing blockchain out there. And I think the bottom's in right here at 78. So, again, I want to see it get up over the EMA. See how we tried to break out here, but failed. Okay, we want to see that attempt happen again. Okay, because, again, when we break out over them, that's when the bulls are getting into control. The bears are in control as long as we're down below these EMAs. Okay, down below them. And again, I think the green dot's still holding here on Sui too. And you got the MACD crossover as well. So I'm still very bullish on Sui. I'm still very bullish on altcoins. Sui looks good as long as it holds 78. If it goes any lower, right, what are we going to do? We're just going to buy more. We're going to buy it all the way down because we are convinced if we're buying this, that this thing's going back to $5-10. Okay, Cedus is the DEX of Sui. So, yeah, I'm very bullish on that blockchain over the next few years. Oracle, ORCL, still hanging out. Once again, I'm going to refer you to the daily. I want to see us get up over this. Watch for a green daily next week, but I want to see that thing break out over 166. Okay, until that happens, we're probably just going to chop. See, we hit 130 right there in February. Again, as long as we're down below the EMAs, the bears are in control. Once we can get back up over those, okay, that's when game time happens. Yeah, I love these EMAs, man. I love these EMAs, slow train. ALLO, Therapeutics Company. So that one's in the red zone. So again, we don't want to buy up in the red zone. You can see how we crossed over these EMAs right here in November. Okay, that's probably right around the time we got the green dot as well. November 17th, 120. Boom, popped up. So we don't look to buy in the red zone. We want to buy down here in this golden zone. Okay, typically when these EMAs are crossing over or we get the green dot on the weekly, whichever one you want to trade. But I'd have a stop loss at $2 on this one. Okay, $2 on the stop loss for ALLO. Be careful with those little penny stock biopharmaceutical companies. Okay, they don't even make any money. So we don't trade penny stocks here. We trade good quality companies with actual earnings. My pleasure, Dieter. Love you, man. Damn low. A couple more here. I see one for SHD. Schwab. Again, up in the red zone. We want to sell the red dot in the red zone. That came at 31. I'd have a stop on this one at right there below those EMAs. I put it at $29. 29 on the stop loss for SCHD. ASST. Yeah, we just need to pop up over those EMAs. That's what we're looking for. Again, the dot's still green. We just want to see that momentum shift and those bulls get back in control. Until we can get up over these EMAs, the bears are in control, unfortunately. Okay? But until we can do that, right, we got to remain bearish. I have a position on this. They did a stock split. These stock splits have just been stupid this year, man. This one happened after I bought, and then Fubo. I mean, I haven't had a lot of good luck with these lower cap names this year. Like Fubo, I literally bought right here like, well, it was $1, but then they did a stock split, and this stock just took a dump. So we got to do a better job of paying attention to these stupid splits. Stuff just pisses me off. I got stopped out on Fubo this week, too. XRP still looks good. Oh, ALLO, the stock, or the crypto? Gotcha. Okay, so that one's over the EMAs there. Looks like a pretty new name, though, so I would probably use a stop loss around 9 cents. Just not a lot of data on that one. Can't really tell you much. Okay, there's no data on my indicator because it's too new. There's no data on your indicators because it just came out. So it is above those EMAs, though. I just make sure it holds this level right there at 0.0085. Can we check DMGGF? Blockchain Solutions. Nice. That one's got a green weekly. So again, now you're in here on the daily looking for that break up above 20 cents. Another penny stock here. So again, we're not big penny stock traders here. And that's all I see for today, folks. I'm going to call it there. If you guys need me, hit me up over here in the Discord over the weekend. Like I said, I have that free course. If you guys are new, you guys can check that out. The link is in the description. If you guys like the indicators and want to use them yourself, again, you can get those in the trading indicator tab. We have member chat over here. We have all kinds of support chats. Got the trade alerts and things like that. The Discord. The Discord is the place to be just because it's where we hang out when we're not live here on YouTube. So if you guys like what you see, or you guys have been watching for a while, would love to have you guys as a part of our community. The Discord is free to join with a paid option, so you guys could pay $4 a month to join the members over here in the Discord. We have over 3,000 people in the community, so less than a Starbucks coffee a month, $4 a month to be a part of that. Just filters out the wannabes and gets it down to the people who are serious. Like I said, if you guys need me, hit me up in support chat over here or shoot me an email. My email is in that trading indicator tab over here if you guys have questions. Overkill at overkillinvesting.club. You could also drop a comment on this video. I read all the comments. And with that being said, guys, I hope you all have a blessed weekend. God bless you all. And we'll see you guys back here on Monday. We're live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday here on YouTube. So make sure you guys tap in for that. Hit the bell, subscribe, do what you got to do. Smash the like if you're watching the replay. Man, I just love hanging out with you guys. You guys make these bear markets a lot easier to bear. Again, we're all in this together. This channel's not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us working together. We win together. We lose together. And we celebrate together. We praise the Lord together. And, yeah, just wishing you guys a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. God bless. And let's keep our eye on the ball.